Hi there. Welcome to my apartment. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Yahua. Welcome to the apartment tour. This is the time of the year that I'm moving again. I know it sounds like not long ago I just moving in and now I'm moving out. I will tell you the reason at the end of this video, but I'm excited to show you around. Shall we begin with the kitchen? I love this kitchen so much because it's very spacious compared with my previous apartment. If you have watched my last year's apartment tour, you will notice that the kitchen somehow looks a bit similar because this apartment is actually run by the same real estate agency. So I guess that explains the reason why the design, the interior just looks similar. But anyway, this place is much better than the previous place because not only is more spacious, but also it's brighter because you can also turn on the lights here, and then the fire is also stronger. If you are Chinese, you need to fry stuff using the wok. You know that how important it is to have real strong fires on the stove. Another thing that I like about this kitchen is that it has lots of cupboards and then lots of space that I can store things. So that's the reason why this kitchen looks very spacious, because I can hide all the things inside these cupboards. I also like the fact that in the kitchen it has so many mirrors that can make this place more spacious. But then the downside of it is just, every time if I finish cooking, I have to wipe it or else it just becomes really dirty. I feel like it's very interesting. You see all these apartments, they just try to install mirrors in the kitchen area. Moving to this side of the kitchen, it also has a dishwasher here, but it's like a smaller one, which I think it's not as powerful. Like sometimes we use it to wash dishes. It's just not clean, but this dishwasher is integrated as part of the furniture in the kitchen. But overall, I think because this is like a modern type of apartment, it does have a lot of good design. For instance, this closet, this is actually the laundry area that is hidden in this little corner. And then the washing machine and the dryer is actually part of the apartment, even though this is like an unfurnished apartment when we move in, but it comes with all this kind of thing. And then with this dryer, it makes things more convenient in a way that you don't have to wait for a long time or hang your clothes to wait until it dry out completely. And yeah, this is a laundry area, and then just hide it in. It is also soundproof. Fantastic. Let's move to the dining area. So the dining table, because I am moving with my furnitures, and that's the reason why this is actually the same dining table from my previous two places, as well as the chairs. But then what's new about the things on the table is that, as you can see, I have some paintings here. This is like prints that I got when I was in the market. I'm showing you this watercolor painting of Melbourne. What's in the picture is somewhere near the Flinders station, right next to the Yarra River. So that I just find it is a very romantic paintings that I like. But yeah, so I don't know where to put it. That's why I just place it on the table. And then here I also have more dry flowers. And here I also got another new painting. I think this one is also a print, but you can kind of see how cute it is. I like art so much, and then when I bump into this artwork in a shop, when I saw it, I just like made my mind to get it. I just randomly put it on the dining table, and it feels like that owl is looking at you when you're having a meal. What's also new in this little corner is this calendar showing you the year of the rabbit. I got this calendar when I was back home in China, and then this is like a gift from my aunt, and then I like it so much, that's why I just carry it all the way back to Melbourne. And here is the living room. As I said, when I move around, I just carry the furniture with me. This is basically the same kind of arrangement like my previous place. The same plans, the same furniture, the same color patterns, same carpet, tables, in general, there isn't any big differences. And then I also received comments asking me where I usually get the flowers from. I came to the markets a lot during the weekend, so this is where the flowers are coming from. I mean, sometimes I also get flowers from the supermarkets, depends on what's in the season. Oh, actually, there are some changes in the living room. The change is that you can see there are more plants in the living room. I mean, previously I already feel that this is already like a botanic garden, and now it's even more botanical. Previously in the apartment, it was only me having a lot of plants, but then after we moved in this place, my flatmate also got some new plants like this one, and that one is both gifted by other friends. So we just like keep the plants in here because this is the only place that can get a lot of sunlight throughout the year. A lot of leaves in here. But we like it because we are already in this concrete jungle or buildings and apartments, so that you just need some greenery to make you have a feeling that you are close to the nature. And at this corner of the living room, we have the bookshelf. I just feel like this bookshelf fits nicely in this little corner. My plants, which is becoming bigger and bigger. Another thing about this guitar in here, I feel like maybe it is because I got too busy with my PhD and other type of work, so I didn't really have a lot of time chilling here and playing my guitar. I think it's better to keep up the habits, the joy that you can get from the music. Oh yeah, as you can see, this apartment comes with a balcony. Let me open it. It's probably a little bit noisy. Although this place is surrounded by all these residential buildings, there are also roads and main streets right next to it, so that you can hear the traffic sound. Also, construction sound as well, which is quite annoying because they're trying to build a new apartment nearby. So yeah, very like living in concrete jungles. And another thing is that I don't often go out to the balcony because, as you can see, there's not much to see outside. The views is just you're looking at your neighbors and your neighbors is looking at you. So nothing particular. The balcony is also a little bit dusty too. Depends on how often you clean the floor of the balcony. Shall we move to my bedroom? Welcome to my bedroom. This is also the same kind of arrangement like my previous apartment. Place the bed in the middle of the room, and then I have the same bedside table and the same star lamp, and then my standing desk is like placing at the corner of the room, which is right next to my bedroom, so that I can jump straight from the desk to my bed. So the same arrangement, but then the difference is that this side is floor to ceiling kind of like big window, which is good because lights can come in. My bedroom is not as dark during the day. Yeah, usually during the day I'll keep the blinds open and let the lights coming in, but then during the night after the sun set, then I will pull this curtain, the blinds down, so that I can have some privacy. This corner of the desk is the same standing desk, if you remember from my previous video, which I love it so much. This is where I spend most of the time in this apartment. And then what I like about this place is that even though the view outside is not that premium, but then at this direction I can actually see the mountains from afar. I think this is like a nice distraction for me. Whenever I stuck in my writings, I can just like look at this direction and then wondering and then thinking about stuff. This side of the bedroom, which is the same maps that I hang, and I also have a little box here hanging all of my jewelries. Well, actually earrings more specifically. I got this box from Muji, but then it's also not big enough to put all of my earrings, so that I store the rest of them elsewhere. And here is the closet. This closet is smaller than my previous place, and then that's why you can kind of see like everything is just like packed, like squishing in the cupboard. And then I actually have some other things that I store in my flatmate's room. That is also the reason why I don't want to have too many clothes, because whenever I move, it becomes troublesome. If you move to a new place, the new place probably don't have enough space to store all the clothes. So yeah, that's pretty much my bedroom. Let's come to my flatmate's bedroom and you will be surprised. What is interesting about my flatmate's room is that when we first moved in this place and then we have a housewarming party, our friends came here to have hot pot. Whoever walks in this room would have the same reaction. That is, this place is huge. This is a little hallway inside a bedroom. As you can see, it's pretty long and pretty narrow, and you probably have no idea why people design like this and then what's the purpose of having this little weird corner. So I think it's probably because the bedroom is quite deep in the apartment, so that it has a little bit distance from the window. That's why they create this thing. During the day, if you don't turn on the light, it's just really dark in the room, despite that there are lights coming in from the window. I think this bedroom is probably the main bedroom in this apartment. That's why it also comes with an ensuite, which is pretty much like the bathroom within the bedroom. I think I'm not gonna show you what's inside because it looks a little bit messy. How about let's come to my own bathroom. I really like the echoing sound effect in the bathroom, which makes me like a good bathroom singer. I'm not really sure when I sing that my neighbors can hear me because this bathroom is actually right next to the hallway in the communal area. I'm not sure if they can really hear it, and I'm not sure if I need to care about that, but it might be a little bit embarrassing. Anyway, this is the bathroom. Previously, before I moved in this place, I always share a bathroom with my flatmates, so I never literally have one personal bathroom before, and I didn't know it's such like a joyful thing to have your own bathroom because you can pretty much like occupy all the storage and then just like put things in the way that you like. So yeah, this is the bathroom. It's not that spacious and then it's pretty basic. So yeah, nothing fancy. So that's pretty much everything in this apartment. Generally speaking, I'm quite satisfied with this place, but then the lease is ending soon and my flatmate and I decided not to continue with the lease and decided to move out because my flatmate, he decided to move in with his boyfriend and they're gonna live together. Surprise, surprise. And then I decided to live by myself. I just want to experience something different. And then I also considering that it's really hard to find out another flatmate that can really live with you and then everything is just like match nicely in terms of the lifestyle. So I just can't be bothered to think about, living with someone else, so that living by myself is easier. Another thing is that because I'm coming to the end of the PhD and then I need to spend a lot of time on the writing, and then I am probably is gonna be like easily get triggered by like small little things. So I just don't want to bring that kind of negativity to other people. So yeah, that's all the reasons why we're moving out soon. But generally speaking, I'm satisfied with this place. Although it's not like a perfect place either. It doesn't have like a spectacular view. It doesn't really have a lot of sunlight because of the fact that this building is so close to the other buildings. But yeah, I'm excited for the move, coming to a new stage of my life. That's everything for this video. I hope you enjoy it and I'll see you next time. Bye!